It's been a really long day. For me and your mom. I wanted to talk about the most embarrassing thing I did today. Literally just today. Life gets so embarrassing that every day I'm like, what will it be today? You know? And I'm realizing that, it just keeps going. Like, wow. But today's story is kind of beautiful because it ended up being like really great for me, which is also surprising. So, here we go. Basically, to make a long motherfucking story short, I had a panic attack. I had a panic attack after class. So I went to class, a class that I have to perform in, I have to act. I have to read poetry in front of people, but I also have to interpret stuff. It's, a class like that. So a class where everyone is pretty much comfortable with each other. Except for me, because I'm always uncomfortable. I've been having a lot going on in life, but that is, we all do. So it's not like I'm crying for help. I'm crying for myself, because we all have to cry. Go to class. I have this one question I wanted to ask the teacher, and I was like, I'll just wait till after class to ask. So I did. I waited till everyone left. It was just me, the teacher, and a good friend I made in the class named Grace. And I'm like, okay, waiting for everyone else to ask their questions, and I'm gonna ask mine, which is a very simple question. But it's kind of funny because the question was about a poem I'm reading for class. A question about the poem because it's, in the poem, they're talking about a possum, right? But not just a possum, a possum. So it's like, and then possum. And I was like, is that the same animal as a possum? Or am I like spelling it wrong? Like, you know what I mean? Turns out there's two different animals. There's possums and opossums. They're two different things. And so I had a weird freak out last night, and I was like, which one should I say? Because if I say opossum, it sounds weird. I don't know, I harp on little things a lot. So I was doing that, but then I was like, I'm just gonna ask the teacher. And so I waited after class, whatever, and I asked her, and it was just me, her, and my friend, and I just couldn't get the sentence out. Like, I couldn't get out what I was trying to say. And honestly, I don't even know what I was trying to say. I think I just wanted some guidance. And she was like, just say it, like, spit it out. And I was like, I literally can't. And then she was like, is it more than just the possum that you're worried about? And I was like, yes. Like, if we're being honest, I'm worried about so many things. Like, my future, if I'm making my parents proud, if I'm, alive right now. Like, I have so many things I'm worried about. And it all just kind of came out in that one moment, and I just started crying, kind of hysterically, but like not like a yelling, but I was like, like it was really like dramatic. My eyes are still like red from it. Like, it was very dramatic. But she literally handled it so well that like I came out of that class a different person. Like, I was so embarrassed for just crying about, like, after asking a question about a possum, but then she literally turned it around and was like, I guess she recognized that I was like about to have a panic attack, because I kind of was, and like, she was like, okay, like, she fucking fixed me, basically. She was like, think about like an apple. She was like, where are you whenever you're eating this apple? What are you wearing? Like, how she was getting me out of this panic attack and just bring me back to reality, and like helping me to stop crying. And then she had me perform my piece, like what I knew from it, and I just like read it out the book because I wasn't ready. And so I got some one-on-one time to like show her what I was performing and stuff, and it ended up being so great. And luckily I didn't have a class, and this was her office hours, so like we stayed for probably 30 minutes. And it was funny because she even was like, to make me stop having a panic attack, she was like, just sigh as loud as you can. And it was like, like, it was like that, but like loud, and I'm not gonna do that because I don't want to like freak out my roommates or my neighbors or all of Baton Rouge. But it was impeccable. Is that a word? I know it is, but like, is it? It was great. And it started out me being embarrassed, still like a little bit, but she made me feel so good. And the point of this story is, I'm embarrassed, but she literally snapped me out of it somehow and made me feel okay. And like, wow, like that was a really good moment. Like she just was like, she's like, you know, a good ass teacher is what I'm trying to get at. Like she really is amazing. And we did, you know, end up screaming to help me stop crying also. Like there was a lot that happened. But that was like, it was great, and I feel so much better, and I'm learning the poem, trying to, and I kind of want to read it, so. Oh, okay, where it's, oh my god, I'm just sitting on it. Awesome. It's by Larry Levis. It's called The Oldest Living Thing in LA. At Wilshire in Santa Monica, I saw an opossum trying to cross the street. It was late. The street was brightly lit. The opossum would take a few steps forward, then back away from the breath of moving traffic. People coming out of the bars would approach, as if to help it somehow. It would lift its black lips and show them the reddened gums, the long rows of incisors, teeth that went all the way back beyond the flames of Troy and Carthage, beyond sheep-grazing rock-strewn hills, fragments of ruins in the grass at San Vital. It would back away delicately and smoothly, stepping carefully as it always had. It could mangle someone's hand in 20 seconds, mangle it for good. It could sever it completely, from the wrist in 40. There was nothing to be done for it. Someone or other probably called LAPD, who called animal control, who woke a driver, who then dressed in mailed gloves, the kind of thing small knights once wore into battle, who gathered together his pole with a noose on the end, a light steel net to snare it with. Someone who hoped the thing would have vanished by the time he got there. I love this poem. And me and this poem have been through a lot together already. Yeah, so that is my video of the day. The embarrassing thing I did today.